Good morning. Welcome and welcome back to the channel. This is Tanya, Sidegigcrafts. Guys, we have got to do something this morning. I've got to do something this morning besides making cards. I made so many the last few days. I apologize for not having been on, but life is going on over here, and anyways, I spent my crafting focus this morning. I think I'd like to make some little grandma's brag books. What do I mean by that? I mean some little books that maybe we could throw in a purse, grandkids pictures kind of thing, you know. Some of them might be smaller for smaller photos, a little bit bigger. I thought if we could cover a few of these little boxes, we'd have some really super cute little albums to share or give away for Christmas. And so here we are. So I need to pick some papers out. These are all from rosiestudios.com, and I thought I'd kind of go through. These are all Christmas collections. Hearth and Home. Let's see, I've got some of the papers here. Hearth and Home, Joy to the World. This is Hearth and Home, kind of more traditional colors. Maybe it goes this way so I could read it. It's from Rosie's Studio. Super pretty. I love these prints. I actually just ordered a bunch more, guys. She's got some really great sales going on right now, so head on over to her website, check it out. There's some great sales going on. I don't remember exactly which one at the moment, but I know that she's always got some codes and some sales going, and I just ordered a whole bunch more. Check out the clearance section. All the Christmas stuff has been on clearance. If you want to stock up for next year, rubber stamps, papers. There's free SVG files for cutting with your machine. You can get those. I mean, there's just so many things. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? I think this needs to be one of our book covers. Fa la 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 la. Maybe not white if it gets going to be thrown in a purse. Let's see. This would be super cute. I'd kind of want it to be, I mean, I'd like it to be Christmas, but at the same time, I'd kind of like it to carry over. No, it's going to be Christmas. It is. It's going to be Christmas. It's going to be Grandma's Christmas brag book. That's what it is. All right, we've got trees. So there's foil printing on some of these. Let's see, some of this is from All Wrapped Up. Some of this is from Hearth and Home. So, and I don't remember which are which, guys. I'm so sorry. But she's got some beautiful collections, and a lot of them will go together, and that's why mine are all mixed up, because they kind of went together. So that one's definitely Hearth and Home. That one's Hearth and Home. This is the Wrapped Up collection. Let me get there. This is the Wrapped Up. This is going to have a little bit more some orange tones to it, a little more retro look to it, I feel. I really like these as well. And I've used a lot of this paper already in my projects. Isn't that beautiful? Oh, actually, I think I want that one. I want that one. Let's look at the rest of these. And that one's Presents. That's kind of cute. That actually might be really cute too, huh? Or the little car with a tree on top. I have some ideas for some of these too that I want to. I like that, but I need that for something else. Love this bright red. Really, really fun papers. So I hope you guys will go check them out. Check out all the fun collections. Like I said, if you are looking for Christmas papers to stock up, or if you're still not done with your projects, check it out, because they've got some really fun things. I want to use this one too. So I won't be able to use all of the whole sheet, because those boxes are fairly small, which is great, because I'll still have some left over to make some other fun projects. So what I should have done is brought in my trimmer. Who made me this? I absolutely adore it. I should have brought in my trimmer so that I could cut this paper. So I'm going to go get that. I'm going to be right back. All right. So I'm going to do 2 of each size. I've got 2 of these spaghetti boxes. This is the half-length spaghetti box from Walmart. And look at that cool spine. I just cut the one end off, huh? That's a good box for a journal. It's a great size for a little purse journal, little brag book kind of thing. So since I have two, I'm just going to cut 2 pieces of paper for this one. And might as well. And let's just start with, it's like, which ones do I want to cut first? They're so beautiful. I don't want to cut any of them, but of course I'm going to. Of course, that's what we got it for, right? So let's measure up. I'm going to show you how to do this. I'm not just going to do it. I'm going to show you how. So what I've got going on here, this box is 9 1/4 by, we're going to say 5.5-ish. And the reason I say ish is because this is just a little bit further, but not quite to the next line. That doesn't matter. What we're going to do is we're going to cut this a little bit bigger anyway. So I'm going to go about to, let's go a little bit bigger than 6. Let's go to 6.5. We'll go 6.5 by, I'm going to cut the paper 6.5 by 9 3/4. 6.5 by 9 3/4. And I said 2, right? 2. 6.5 by 9 3/4. Make sure you're not looking at anything directional. If it is, you need to plan for that. 6.5. See, my desk is so crowded I can hardly fit this on there straight. And that's okay, because that means I have been busy, and I know I have been busy. 6.5, what did I say? 6.5 by 9 3/4. It breaks my heart to cut this because it's just so beautiful. There we go. All right, so we've got those. So we're going to set this aside for a second. Now we're going to take those scraps, because I'd rather use scraps than cut new pieces, and see if these will work for these. And look at that, it will. So this is going to be, I just need a different length. 6.5. So we're going to go to 7.5 with this. And then we've used almost the whole 12 by 12, which is great. So 7.5. I've got more journals to do, so I don't mind having more papers that I have not used yet. I won't do them all on with you though, of course, but might as well start them, right? So this is going to be scraps. This is perfect size for a greeting card right here. And these as well. I mean, I can use those too for greeting cards. So that's perfect scrap to keep. Nothing wasted here. We're going to use those later. All right. Maybe it's a greeting card that goes, maybe it's a Christmas card that goes along with the book. Maybe that's part of the gift. So we've got enough covers here for four journals this morning. So let's get to it. All right. So let's take the first one. Since we're already working with this little dude, we might as well just glue him on. Now you can use tape, you can use glue, you can do this however you want to. Make sure it's something that's going to last, something you trust. We're going to use glue because I also have that here. Now we're also going to need paper for the insides of these books too. So we can look at different, scrapbook papers. We can look at cardstock. We can do it a couple different ways, lots of different ways. I mean, there's no right or wrong. I think we're going to probably, for me, I keep going back and forth. Do I make it folio style or do I make it just scrapbook style? And I love me some scrapbook style, and I think that's the direction I'm going with this. There we go. So we'll probably have like two signatures, I think. Or we could do it another way. We could do it a no-sew way, which would be fun. Something I don't always do. What did I do with that other second one? Is it right here? Is this the one? Did I set it aside? Well, if it's not, it is now. It's the same size, so my little cream cheese boxes. I've been saving these boxes for a while, and as you know, I have been doing a lot, not lately, not since my cleanup video in my craft room have I been cleaning. I've been using a lot of my supplies for the card making, so I'm going through a lot of supplies and being able to empty those things out, empty containers out. But have not done any organizing or straight up cleaning, which I will be doing, but I need to get some of these things used. It'll make it easier to clean, right? All right, so there we go. Not that you guys came to hear about me cleaning. No, you want to make some stuff. Let's do it. All right, so then we're going to miter these corners. You want to get close to that corner, but don't cut it because you'll have a bald spot. Now, do you know how to fix that bald spot? I'll show you. One of the things you can do, if you feel like you cut too close, you can glue this here. So where you cut that corner out, glue this back on here. Did you know you could do this? And then when you fold over, if you did cut too close, it won't show because you've covered that with the same color paper that you just cut off. So just take your little spots. Now, I don't think I cut too close, but I'm just going to do it to show you. We'll just do it with those two. Now, we're going to have to train this paper over the other. One of the things that I like to do with these two, when I remember to do it, I don't always do it, and I always, well, when I don't do it, I regret not doing it. Take where this folds up, where the box folds, go ahead and take your scissors and just cut a little triangle out of there. It takes some of that bulk out, and it helps it not to pucker so much when you fold it. Okay, let's take some of that bulk out, especially on these smaller books. You don't want anything lifting or puckering, or it just makes it more difficult that way. So we'll do that. And then when we fold this, these folds are going to go easier because that's not a bunch of paper in there. Okay, so they'll train a lot easier. So let's go ahead and do it this way. I do wish I had my tape though. Oh, there it is. There it is. I found it. I just didn't look quite far enough. And the reason I like the tape, you can glue, and I would have glued, but I really like this tape because it sticks immediately. So we will do that, and it's pretty quick. We can run this all the way across, there. And we're just tacking this down briefly here. That inside paper is going to hold it down permanently. So this will get the party started. All right, so we'll pull up those tapes, make sure they're pushed down real good. There we are. And then we just simply fold that over. See, now this is that corner where that paper is, and if I had cut it too short, that pink is going to cover that up. And actually, I'm glad I did that corner because it was a little bit short, a little bit shy of there. But you can't tell because see the pink? It's peeking through. Otherwise, that would have been white right there. Okay, so that worked out great. Make sure to burnish those down. There we go. Now, because we cut those, there's not a bunch of bulk paper in there. We're going to train this up while we can. Well, it's only got one layer on it. It'll be easier to get the second. If you have really thick cardstock, be careful as you do that so you don't crack the paper in the seam. Okay, so we've got the start of this one. Isn't that cute? Oh my gosh, I love it. All right, let's do the next one. We're halfway through. I'll go a little deeper there, and then we'll cut the triangle here. I hope you guys have been finding some time to craft and spend for yourself, because, you know, we got to do that. Hope you're having a great holiday season, that your Thanksgivings were safe and good, that you had good things to eat, company to enjoy, all the things. All right, here we go. Somebody's truck is barreling up on a street. Could you guys hear that? There we go. See how quickly this goes? Once you have those papers cut, well, I think the deciding part was the hardest part, right, so far? Because this part's pretty easy. We're going to do it for the bigger ones, too. We'll have four little books done. Four little books. Looking at these recipes on here as I'm covering them up and thinking, that sounds kind of good. I don't have any cream cheese right now. You'd think I had like tons of it with all these boxes, huh? I do enjoy cream cheese. I love putting it, I love it on my bagels, which I haven't had for a long time. I should get some bagels. Love it on my bagels, and I love it in dishes and sauces and dips and all kinds of things, especially for the holidays. Ooh, a good cheese ball, guys. Do you guys eat cheese balls for Christmas? We used to make them as kids. Well, I say as kids. When we were kids, we had them a lot. That was back in the 70s. I guess that was a thing in the 70s as I'm watching videos on YouTube. Now, if you get a really sharp corner like that, one of the things you can do is just kind of tap it on your desk. It will help to dull that corner. See, this one's pretty sharp too. I know that seems kind of funny, but just tap it on the desk. My goodness. They don't always do that, but sometimes those corners are a little lethal. All right. So you can use your bone folder and reinforce that, or just work it gently again so that it will fold. This side too. We will have to do that again when we put our inside covers on there, which we'll do in a few minutes, but I want to cover these first since we've got all the papers cut. We're just going to do 2 more quick. I'm going to go ahead and do this in fast motion. So if you don't want to watch, well, I'm going fast for you. All right. Guys, we've got 4 of these done this far. Now we need the inside part. So let's figure out, actually, these might be Too small. Perfect. Okay, well, that won't work. It was an idea. So let's use another piece. That would be pretty on all of them. Okay, we're going to start with this one. Now, to do this, we're going to need that paper to be a little closer to the, exact size of this box. So for the cream cheese box, this one was 6.5. So we're going to go to 6 3/8 by 4.5. That's going to be really close to the edge. So 6 3/8 by 4.5. 6 3/8 by 4.5, and I need 2 of those. And I'm gonna easily get 2. Perfect. Okay, we have a scrap left over. Now for this one, we're gonna need to go 9. I'm going slightly smaller by 5 3/8. So 9 by 5 3/8. I'm gonna need 2 of those. And that's not going to work on that one. So we'll go back to the Santa. Where did he go? Really? Where did I put that far away? Where did I say 9? I got to redo it. Let me try that one more time. 9 by 5 3/8, yeah? Yes. So this one is directional, so I have to be careful with that. So 9 is lengthwise, and I'm actually going to go slightly under that 9. I'm going to go between the 9 and the 9, or 8 7/8, and 5 3/8, and I should be easily able to get at least 2 out of that. 5 3/8 and 5 3/8. You want a good way to bust through a paper pad? This is a great way to do it too. It is, it is, it is. Get out all those boxes, guys. Let's use them up. Let's use them up. All right, now, I like to use tape on this as well, but I also like to use glue. I like to double duty these because they're going to get some wear and tear. And you want to make sure everything's stuck down real good. I'm going to put some glue on this, the tape on the seams here on either side of that fold to try to help keep it in place. I'm going to add glue over it as well. You don't want to go all the way to the edge because remember that your cover paper is slightly shorter than your book. So you don't want to go all the way to the edge here because your paper's only going to go to about there. Okay, and then we're going to put this all the way over here. Maybe not all the way, because again, it's going to be, oops, I went too far on this one. Well, shoot, pull that up just a little bit. You can just squish that down. It won't hurt anything. And on this one. And then I like to go across here. It just all helps. Is it a lot of tape? Yeah, it is, you know. If you have a tape runner, that would work too. I can't seem to get the hang of tape runners, guys, so I end up getting frustrated and throwing them away. So it's like a big waste of money for me. Yeah, I don't know why I can't get the hang of it. It's like I try to do them backwards or something, and it just doesn't, you know, it messes it up, and yeah, it's just a bad thing. I'm just gonna go straight across on this one. This is probably gonna be faster this way to do it this way. Just frame that out. This one's lifting up over here. I should have made this paper a little bit wider, but adding this top piece of paper will help hold that down. So I'm not too worried about it. So we're working on the inside cover of our book. All right, there we go. Just pull the tape. And I just pulled the whole thing up. Make sure that your tape is stuck down there real good. Otherwise, you'll do what I did and just pull the whole thing up. We don't want that. We just want the backing. There we go. That's better. My birdies are very quiet today. I don't know why. Don't know why they're so very quiet today. They got their new cage yesterday. They were so happy. Okay, is this the right one? Why does that look so big? Okay. Now. You know what I also want to do? I want to put one this way. And this way. Just on a diagonal, doesn't matter which direction, just on the diagonal, just to help catch more of that paper, keep it stuck. And then let's go all the way around this with our glue. Use your favorite trusted glue. Bearly Arts is my go-to. If you've been here for a while, you've heard me sing praises to the Bearly Arts. And that is how I feel. I love it. It's my very favorite glue. It doesn't buckle. It seems to stick everything. It ships in the winter. All the things I need from glue. Some glues don't ship in the winter because the cold makes them not shippable. It messes them up. But Bearly Arts does. And I love that. Okay, so that is smoothed down really good. You can burnish it, burnish it, burnish it. Make sure that all your edges are stuck. You got plenty of glue down there. Now don't fold it yet. Let's wait till it to dry a little bit before we try to fold it. Let's go ahead and add this one on here. This way. I think being able to get your glue at all times of the year is super important to me since I craft all year long. Although I have to say one of those refill bottles will get me through the winter just fine. I do use a lot of glue. No, I'm not sponsored, but I'd love to be. I would love to be. Bearly Arts is my favorite. Okay. Alrighty. These are going to be so cute. I love their papers. I really do love Rosie's papers. I'm hoping, I haven't heard yet, but I'm hoping that there'll be a new Valentine line or something. I will definitely keep you guys posted because I'm excited to see what they come out with. I went and got some new Valentine dies and I'm excited to use them. So with some cute paper. So we'll glue this one as well. Okay. And the outside of my book is non-directional, so I don't have to worry about that. But if yours is directional, make sure you've got it right side up. The way you need it to be. Oh, so cute. So, so cute. Look at those Santa faces, and I love that they're all nationalities. Isn't that adorable? Love that. All right, I'm going to go ahead and fast forward while I do these little ones, and I'll be right back with you. All right, guys, now that we've got those glued down, we need to train this paper. Now, this is going to be a little bit harder because you've got more layers, but find that fold in your book cover and just gently, gently, you can use your bone folder to help fold that back in. Okay, let's train that paper back. Some of this is wanting to fold. Oh, I see. It's the fold of the box underneath it a little bit. Okay. We'll just find that corner. Make sure they're burnished really good right there because you might get some bunching. You might get a little bunching. I'm getting a little bunching. And you know what we're going to do? We're just going to kind of work it out. Hopefully that'll kind of train itself. And it might bunch anyway, and that's okay because we're going to be putting some you know, we got to put pages in there, so that's not going to be seen so much. So you might get some folding in there. It's going to happen from time to time. You may not, and that would be even awesomer, but it's okay if it does. It's all right. This is a handcraft made by you. I'm sure no one's going to expect perfection, and it's going to be wonderful. And a lot of it will be covered. That will be covered. My goodness, I'm having all kinds of bunching issues. What is happening? All right, train in that paper. All right, so what I noticed is that as I was folding, this part was puckering here. So I held my bone folder there because I know that there's glue and tape and everything. So I'm just helping it to stay down while I fold that so it doesn't keep coming up. So let's try it again on this side and see if I have issues. Oops, my fold is way over here. Okay, so I'm just going to keep working it. And we've got a great fold there. There we go. Okay, you do want to be very careful as you bend it this way so you don't crack your paper, but that one actually worked a lot better. See how that one doesn't have bunching like the other one did? All right, and it could just be the placement of my tape. It could be. Or my glue. Could be lots of things, so we're just going to do the best we can. I didn't go all the way down. Do the same thing with these. Same thing, smaller box. Make sure these are burnished real well. There we go, my birdies are singing now. It must be just waking up. There we go. That one doesn't stick down very well. Let's see, this one's bunching up here too. So I probably should have put a little more glue on in the middle there. But here we are. we won't be able to do that, but that's okay because we're going to still put, like I said, we're going to put our pages on there, and that's going to hide some of that. It's not an issue. If you do get a little puckering, we can fix it. That's what we do. All right, and the only reason I'm not fast forwarding through this part is because if I do run across things, I want to be able to tell you how to fix it. So just burnish it down. You can use your bone folder to kind of crease through those. Help train those corners. There we go. You guys, we've got 4 covers for mini journals all done just like that. What? These would be great gift ideas, I'm telling you. So the next part is going to be probably the hardest part, and that would be picking out your pages. That would be the hardest. So another thing I was thinking about doing while we're at it is making a little tuck in the back. I thought this would be a great way to add like a little pocket for pictures and things that hadn't been placed yet. So I think what I'm going to do is measure this back side, and I'm just going to do it this way because I don't remember measurements very long. So I've already forgotten how long that was. And I'm just going to fold this here because I know I need to cut it there. And I'm going to do that. So I'm using one of my scrap pieces. And this scrap piece is going to be enough for those 2 little journals. I'm going to cut this in half. This is at 3, so 1.5 inches would be half. And I'm going to want a thumb notch in that, if I can reach them. Oh, there we go. You can use whatever size thumb notch you want, or hole punch or puncher or whatever. And we'll just make a notch there. And then we're going to just glue this down. And this will be just a little pocket to put little notes or something. Or maybe a gift card if you're giving it as a gift. Would be a great spot for that. Or an extra picture that you didn't have time to put in of their favorite grandchild. I'm just coming up with all kinds of scenarios, aren't I? So I thought that was cute. Honestly, I had a piece of sticky tape that was back there, and this is a great way to cover that up. So I'm fixing my malfunction. We're fixing something. So if you have, if you didn't measure correctly your paper, or you misplaced it so that it's a little off and you've got sticky tape sticking out, this would be a great way to cover that. Because you don't want to toss the whole project just because, right? There we go. So we've got a little pocket in the back of each of those. I'd like to do the same for those, and I think what I'd like to do for those is probably, I don't want to go in half with that one because it's already very narrow. Well, maybe I will. So let's just do, we'll just do the same thing here. Or I'll use this paper for this one, this paper for the other one, or vice versa. Ooh. We could add some more charm if we mismatch them, right? Let's do that. I guess I could have just, you know, done that once and cut them both at the same time because the measurement's the same. That would have been smart. Now, I don't think I want them quite that. I'm going to go ahead and toss those guys. I don't need them. I am going to go ahead and cut a small bit off of here because it's a little bit wide for a pocket in my taste, but you can do yours how wide you want them. And make sure they're straight because these apparently are not quite straight there. Oh, did I really only cut one? I did. There we go. Those strips I will keep though. All right, we're going to thumb notch these as well. Either one's directional, which is great. Okay, I think I am going to mismatch them. This one's going to go here. Just spreads a little more happy, joy paper. And I love that. Okay. And I'm putting mine at the back of the book. You could totally put it at the front of the book or wherever you want. And these don't have any extra sticky on the inside, so I'm just doing it because I think it's a fun feature to have. Maybe you want to put a little note in there for the recipient. I'm calling this a grandma's brag book, but it could be an anybody brag book. Maybe it's for your pets, or I don't know, it would be fun for an office gift, you know, for work or something. I think that would be really cute. All right, you guys, I've got 4 covers done, completed. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go gather some fun papers to put in here, and I'll be right back. Okay, guys, so I have gone through some of my stash and found some papers that could go along. Now, I'm not going to use all of Rosie's beautiful cardstock papers because they're thick for one, and I'd like to use up some of these other things. You don't have to always use the same set. You can use things that coordinate. This isn't something I'd normally pick as Christmas, but it works, and I can use it. So, you know, get it out of my stash. So, and then this one, you know, this works too. Isn't that cute? This could be a cute Valentine as well. I think it looks nice with these too. I like it better with this one because it's got the gold in there. So we're going to do, we're going to have to trim these up and make them work to, let's get what we need out of them. Again, it's a great way to use some of your stash, you know, as well as, so this is 3 3/4. So I want my, or 2 3/4. I want my pages to be 2.5, so 5 inches. 5 inches wide, and then 5 by, wait. Is that 5? So that's going to go this way. So height-wise, I need 4.5. So 5 by 4.5 is what I need my pages to be to fit in this box. 5 by 4.5 tall. Okay. So there we go. There's a page. Now this one is actually cardstock, and I'm going to turn this way. I always like to put at least 1 page of cardstock in there. I'm sorry guys, I'm just thinking, in each signature, I was thinking maybe I do want to put cardstock in all of it, because if they're going to contain photos and stuff, but it's going to be too bulky too. So I think I'm sticking with my original plan. I'm going to take these papers. Now these came from a pad. I don't know that I'm going to use all of these. And I just thought the colors worked very well. And the papers were just about the right size, so it worked out great. They need to be 5 long though, so they're a little bit long. And they came from a pad from Paper Studio. And they have, you know, the print, and then they have all the different colors of those prints. And so I thought, let's use some of those. I have a few of those pads. 5. I use stuff, Gotta use it in our stash, right? Okay, so this one, I think I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna go ahead and use this for this one too. And one of them, 4.5. All right, did I cut all those small ones? And I think I'm gonna add this one in there too. In at least one of them. Okay. So let's do the smaller books. This one might be a little bit random, but that's okay. They're all going to seem a little bit random. But the colors will work. We would put them together. Okay? So we'll go ahead and fold these up in half. To fit in our little journals and our little brag books. And they will have a white side, and that's okay because they can write about the picture, right? We can add some goodies or something to make it pretty. But there's nothing wrong with having some white in your journal. Which is what I was originally debating. I'm like, do I want to do that? Do I don't want to do that? We're going to do that. We've got lots of fun color prints here. I didn't count pages, and I probably should have, but I've got a few more cheese boxes to cut up anyway, so that one needs to be trimmed. I already know that. Did I cut these already? I did. I know some of these are a little Eastery, but if you look at the papers for the pastelish Christmas, a lot of them are Eastery colors. That's really a fun way to do it. The pastels. So you'll be seeing probably more of these papers when Easter comes around or when I start making Easter cards because I need to use these too. Gotta stop adding to my stash and start using it, right? And then these will all be used probably for greeting cards because those are perfect for that. It's a great size for that. All right, so we need to split these up because I got the 2 books already. Now, let's take these random ones out because I won't be able to split those in half. But I got this one and this one. We're just going to split these. I guess we'll take that one out. Well, we'll just call that a random one too. Got 2 of those. I don't know where the other one of that one is. I got 2 of those. 2 of those. There it is. And then let's just split these up. I've got one here. I'd say those are equivalent, and we'll just do that. Okay. How many pages we got? We got quite a few. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 pieces of paper. Now, the next question is, do I do 2 signatures or 1 signature? Let's see how gator mouthed it would be with 1 signature. In no particular order. I will trim that most likely. I think it would actually be okay with 1. Because remember, once the pictures and everything are put in there, it's going to get a little thicker, right? I'm going to put some glue in there too. All right, so put all these together too. Just putting them in a little bit more random order there. I like that. Okay. So we've got 2 of those done. I also got these papers. These were from a floral print collection from my stash. I thought these would be really pretty in these too. I wish I had like a blue or something to go in there, but I thought I would split these between these 2 and make those pages. So I'm going to go ahead and cut these to size. We're going to do it the same way as that. We're going to measure it out, make sure that they're the right length and width, and I will be right back. Okay, loves. So I decided that was boring to just have the pink and green. So I added some more some more papers in here. Now what I'm going to do is I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 pages in here. So we're going to do 5 and 4 per signature. I'm going to do 2 signatures on this. So let's see, 1, 2, 3. What's that one? 4, 5. Let's just do those 2 there, and we'll do the back one that way. Okay, so these are going to be my 2. This is how I'm going to do this. I've got them all. This is my first signature, my second signature. I'm still going to stack them together, remembering that the candy cane is my second signature. I'm going to open this up, and I'm going to, I don't like to measure these. I like to eyeball. I just do. So I'm going to make a hole there, and then about 3/4 of an inch. I'll go there at the bottom, holding these all tightly together, and that way both my signatures will be exactly the same, and 3/4 at the top. Then what I'm going to do is split those back into the signatures. Remember, the candy cane was my second signature. And I'm going to take the first signature, and I'm going to leave a space in here, about a finger width. That's about, I don't know, 1/4 of an inch. No, it's more like a 1/2 inch probably. And then I'm going to open this up, making sure that it's lined up correctly. And I'm going to poke down. I'm not going to poke all the way through. I'm just marking my paper on the other side. Okay. Then what I'm going to do, and I can see the holes there, I'm going to slide this over to the back side because my signatures are the same, so my holes will be in the same spot. Another 1/4 to 1/2 inch there. Open that up, make sure I'm lining it up correctly. Poke, poke, poke. I've now marked my spine where I need those signatures punched, and I can see the 2 holes next to each other in each one. So I'm going to go ahead and poke through, poke through, poke through, poke through. This is going to make it easier for my needle to get through, easier for me to sew, and poke through. Okay, so we're done with the pokey. The pokey tool, the awl is what it's called, an awl, A-W-L. We're going to take some string. We're going to thread it through our extremely sharp needle here. And we're going to take our first signature. We're going to start at the middle. Notice there's different, it's okay. Poke it through the middle hole here, and then of course the middle hole here, all the way through, and then we're going to come up, I'm going to come up through the top. It doesn't matter if you do the top or the bottom, just pick an end. There's only 3 to choose from, so we're all going to end up in the same spot, and then through the hole there. The holes are already made, so it should go through nice and easy. I'm making it more difficult than it needs to be. And then we're going to, oops, leave that tail in there. We're going to jump down to the bottom hole. We're going to pass that one, jump down to the bottom, and through that bottom hole that we poked. And your paper should look like this. Remember, leave this tail out there. Turn it back over. We're going to take the needle back into the middle hole. Now make sure you don't sew through this thread as you go through. It's really important because you need that to be able to move. So go ahead and run that through. Don't sew through that middle string. Now your threads, your tails, should be on either side of this middle one. You're going to pull this tight. Make sure it's tight here and tight there. And then tie a knot around that. And then I like to either cut it short or tie a bow. And because these are Christmassy and we're doing all the things, I'm putting bows on them. You can put charms on these threads, whatever you want. I do make sure that I tie a knot in the middle though, so that if this bow comes undone, it's still tied tight and your pages don't fall out. Okay, So if you didn't get it, didn't understand that, I'm going to do it one more time for you, because we've got that second signature to sew in. There we go. We're going to poke that through the middle. We're going to leave the tail, come back up through the top, and poke that through the hole in the signatures. Leave that tail long. Poke there, and then through that hole. Oops. And then back through the middle. Ooh, that one went through easy. Make sure you didn't sew through those threads, one on either side, nice and tight. Take that needle off of there so I don't hurt myself. What did I do? Somehow I think I sewed through. I don't know what I did there, but my thread is sewn on there. Okay. We're going to tie that. 1, 2. Make a bow. Make that loop shorter. Make that loop shorter. All right, and we have our book, so we can go ahead and press that down both ways. We do have some space in here, so if you wanted to add something else, you could. You could add something fun, a little flip maybe, I don't know. But you've got a book, and once it starts filling up with pictures and stuff, it's going to get chunky. Ooh, I didn't tie that one tight. What happened there? So this one is a little bit loose. Can you guys see that? I'm going to have to probably untie this one. So these things happen sometimes, and I didn't pull it tight. Now, what's going to happen with that, if I don't fix it, it's going to be really loose like that, and it's not going to be pleasant. So here, we're going to re-sew this one. Okay, it's all right. Mistakes happen. We can fix them. Not a big deal. It was easy the first time. It'll be easy the second time. We'll just do it right. All right, let me get that back off of there. Really don't know what happened to that thread. All right, get that back on there. We'll go ahead and thread that back through. Go through the top. Oh, went right through, perfect. Down to the bottom, went right through. Look at that. Having lots of luck on this one. Let's see if it works right this time, so that we can pull it tight. And that's what happens. I probably sewed through, I probably caught one of the threads and it didn't sew, or it didn't pull tight. Okay, now is it tight? I think so. Let's double check. Just make sure. There we go. And we're all set. Much better. See, that's nice and tight now. Much better. All right, we'll just make sure that's nice and firm. So we've got this beautiful little book, guys. Pictures can go in here. Some journaling can go in here. You can add any kind of decorations you want to. You could add pockets and tags and all the fun things, or you don't have to. It's a perfect little gift. A little pocket back here. We've got these done. You guys saw how easy that was. I've got all 4 of them complete. All 4 of them complete within a couple hours. Didn't take me long at all. So if you guys have some scraps and you've got some boxes, make some fun little grab books or brag books. Decorate them, the fronts and the backs, all however you want to, the pages, all the fun things. You could put, you know, charms on them and all the things. It makes a great gift. Makes a great little brag book to put in your own pocket or your own purse this holiday season, so you can show off all your favorite friends, animals, pets, babies, whatever it is that you'd like to brag about. It's just a fun little album, fun little project. I hope you guys enjoy that. I hope it'll inspire you to use some of your papers in your stash. Use what you've got. Go check out Rosie's if you're interested in her beautiful papers and the different things that she has to offer. I hope you guys have a fantastic day. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.